What is up, everybody? This is Recap Rewind. I'm JLAG and I'm here with
NBEA,
and we are recapping American Horror Story Season 7, American Horror Story Cult Season 7, Episode 10.
This episode was called Charles Manson in Charge.
All right, what did you think of the episode, girl?
It was good. It was really good.
I thought it was really
It's
good.
wrapping up. At this point, I feel like I'm ready for it to be done.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been one of their strongest seasons ever.
100.
So it's just, I feel like this story's becoming too real. It is too real.
It's way,
It like hits me every week and I'm like, ugh. And so I'm like ready for it to just be like done. And
Yeah, I felt the same way. And like, just as we're getting into the episode, the scene that starts off the entire episode is the last debate of the election, which we all saw. I remember where I was when I watched it, and it's just watching it again on screen. It's so emotionally draining because we're coming up to the 1 year anniversary of him winning him winning the election. So it's like really making me sick.
It's hitting you.
Like making me sick pretty hard. So anyway, the scene does open with Winter with her friends, and Kai is like sitting in the back corner and he's just like typing at like some group chat or something, and he has an argument with one of her friends, and her friends are like so excited. They're like, yes, Hillary's gonna kill this.
Totally
They're all like laughing at Trump because so was I. Like we're all laughing at him like being an idiot during the debates, and Kai basically says like, you don't understand, like you don't know what's going on out there in that world, that people are not gonna like show up for her because she's just like waste.
It's interesting too because he was talking about how like he's like, have you even seen one of his rallies? Like, have you seen Donald Trump's rallies? People are turned the F up at his rallies.
Yeah.
And it's so true because I remember like people talking about it at that time too. They were like, yeah, like Hillary's like lit, like people are gonna vote for her, but like, have you seen the people at Trump's rallies?
Right.
They are like insane. Like they're insane about him. That the fandom is like out of this,
Yeah.
And so I feel like that was underestimated.
Yeah, 100%. I think you're absolutely right. And just watching it again and seeing how these guys were just so delusional and thinking
like when people are desperate,
they're hungry.
Don't underestimate it.
And it's not only just that, the way his tactic was to feed on that and like prey on
hatred
that and like let people be whoever they want to be. Like who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that freedom to be like, you can do whatever you want, be racist.
Yeah, you can hate whoever you want to hate.
And then they're like, yes, like of course you're gonna get fucking excited if you're insane. So anyway, it all kind of comes to a head when Kai gets angry at what one of the girls or like, isn't it funny that all these alt-righters, like they don't even have girlfriends, you can't even like have sex, and then he gets so pissed that he slaps her, and then she's like, I'm gonna charge you, like you're done now.
I'm gonna press charges.
And then Winter's like, you took it too far, and he's like, oh shit. And then it's 2 weeks later, so this is after the election, and he's in
it's weird to see Kai like that.
Yeah,
to see him be like,
he's like
true,
weak.
like I did mess up.
Yeah,
because that's not the Kai that we've seen like all season.
Yeah. And I think this is the turning point for him. Like this particular moment is when he's in anger management, and it turns out that his anger management counselor, it was Bebe, and that's where that connection is.
Right.
So she starts it off with like, do you know who Valerie Solanas is? Like Saint Valerie.
Like backtracking to like episode 7.
Yeah, and she just like starts talking about like being a feminist and like that was my purpose and whatever, and
he's like, is that my purpose?
Yeah,
he just like he needed something. He was like in search of a purpose,
right?
And she almost did the same thing to him that he's been doing to everyone else.
Yeah, she
was like, here's a person that is so craving like a purpose in life,
right?
Let me like get onto him and like feed this into him, and
it was almost she underestimated how smart he was and how far he was going to take this.
Yeah, exactly.
So she gave him this power and thinking, but like the entire time she was pretty.
What did she give him though, like in terms of power? Like what? Like nothing tangible. It was just sort of like a confidence.
Yeah, because I think that like when I was watching it, I was like, she's not really giving him much. She's being very transparent with him. She's like, you are a turd. Say that you're a turd, and this is my plan for you. Yeah, you don't have a plan in this. And he was like, yes.
He's like, okay, cool.
But he took it in the wrong way. So like he starts off with like,
well,
like,
I don't think he took it in the wrong way. I think at some point he realized, because he said at the end of the episode,
right?
He goes, I realized that your cause was bullshit. I had my own cause. Like I was gonna like turn upon my own cause.
Right.
So
But BB has like a very interesting conversation with him. She says that Donald Trump is her favorite president, and she spins it around and she says the reason why is because he's the one president that has kind of shifted the way that people see women. Like, it's making everybody, all women, angry. And like, they're like, she's like, we're sitting on this one thing that's like the most like crazy, like powerful thing in the world, and it's like a women's rage, and he's like tapping into it. He's like breaking it down with all the shit that he's been saying
in a good way. Like,
for her, she's
like pushing it all out almost, right?
Right. For her, she's saying it's an advantage. Like, keep doing what you're doing, keep being hateful, keep doing things, and someday it'll come to a point where women are gonna be so pissed off that shit's gonna hit the fan. I feel
like we talked about this too, like both of us. I feel like him coming into his presidency was almost like a way of pushing all the bullshit out, like into the world, and being like when Obama was there, he took care of us. He like took care of everyone.
Everyone was safe.
Everyone felt safe. Everyone was like, cool, like this is our president. But then you have a president who doesn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you are forced to like stand up for yourself,
right?
Represent who you are, and like
push
I feel
harder.
like the world needed that to come in, so that everyone could be like, wake the F up.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's kind of like what she's saying too. Like he's waking every female like up and like being like, yo, get angry,
go do something. Yeah, exactly. And so she tries to like turn Kai into this like person that she can use as a tool, and so she says like, run for office, get into politics, like do something crazy. And he's like, what's gonna happen to me? And she's like, you're gonna drown in female rage. And that obviously didn't happen. But it was very interesting because the way she said it, the way she was kind of like making him agree to things, I was like, damn, did he just turn into a feminist? Like in that whole moment, like it's almost like because he didn't have a purpose in that moment, he looked at her as if he was like, yes, everything that you're saying is exactly right. I am a turd. I will do this for your cause. Because he doesn't know what he's
looking towards anyways, right?
Yeah.
Like he's so
I was like, holy shit, what a crazy twist if it became that situation where he was like doing this for the women, which obviously isn't.
And that's why like taking it back to like our other podcast, like when she was sitting on the couch with him in that one episode.
Right.
What did he say at the end? He was like,
they're interesting when they get angry
or something like that. They're the most powerful or something when they get angry.
Yeah.
And like for her to say something like that in that moment, I was like, wait a minute. That sounds like she's using almost like that fear and that like that rage
for her advantage
too, right? So it totally makes sense that now everything came full circle, and she was like planting these seeds like in him from time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, she was being very clear. I don't think she had to plant anything. Yeah, she was just like, you are doing this.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting scene. But then it cuts to like Kai current times, and he's glitching. This whole episode he's been glitching. He glitches the fuck out. So it shows Kai at the ice cream truck, and he's like cleaning it out. He's like, guys, got to clean this shit out. We need to like get rid of all the evidence.
Yeah.
And it's Winter and Ivy, and they're like together, like they're paired up to clean out the place. And so he leaves, and Winter has to apologize to Allie for the whole Ivy situation, and she kind of wants to know like what happened to Ivy. And Allie's like stone faced, like, I don't care. I don't need to like speak for you. I don't need to like even answer to you. And Winter's like, I just want to make sure that it wasn't painful. I did care about Ivy.
She's like, we had something special.
She was fucking cheese. Allie was like, if something did happen to Ivy, why do you think that Kai was the one that did it?
Yeah.
And then she like ghosted away. It was pretty cool. It was like pretty tight.
Yeah.
And then it shows the fucking boys turned up again, and I hate all of them, even though they're all like kind of handsome.
I love that. Like, there's so many like little like gay jokes like in there. I think at one point Kai's like, let's fuck him up the ass. And like they're like, yes. I'm like, oh my god, like, do you guys hear yourselves? I think the writing is hilarious.
Like, fuck him in the asshole. And I'm just like, yeah, it's the gayest
they're like,
thing
yes. And they run into like their sleeping bags,
and they're literally all wearing like long
whitey
johns,
tighties.
like whitey tighties. It's so pathetic and ridiculous.
It's the best.
And then he's like, story time, guys, and they're like, they literally said like,
we love story time.
I love story time. And so they like talk about the epitome of all cult leaders, obviously Charles Manson, and they talk about the Polanski murder. which
I
is
wish I had no idea about.
Oh, it's
I didn't know anything about.
Effing insane and crazy and disgusting. So I'm not going to get too much into it, but it does show that like storyline, and it shows.
I love their flashbacks. This season, like especially, like I always love how
they're so dark though.
They're really dark, but like I don't know. They're like a tiny like history.
It's true. It's true. If you didn't know that history, it's very interesting to see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it takes us into another whole like world.
Yeah.
Like even like Sarah Paulson and like they were all playing the characters in that flashback too.
And it's cool because like if you think about American Horror Story, that means that likely if they're focusing this season on cults, then that is going to be your moment to see Charles Manson's murder story.
Yeah, it's so
they're not going to do an entire
Yes.
American Horror Story of Charles Manson. So that was their moment to be like, okay, this is who's gonna play. Sarah Paulson's gonna play this girl. This person's gonna play this girl. Winter's gonna play this girl. So everybody got to play that part in that moment,
in the flashback,
and then they got to move on from it and be like, that was just a little story.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. They have been doing it for the past couple episodes, and this one is obviously like the epitome of all of them because it's just like really really fucked up what happens in it. So
remind me again, like that whole murder wasn't actually done by Manson. It was like from his followers. At that point, was he in jail?
I don't know where he was exactly.
Like, is that what was happening? Was like he was telling people to go kill other people?
Yeah.
And they were killing them.
Yeah. So,
is it Roman Polanski like the director or something?
Yeah. So Roman Polanski, he wasn't at that cottage or whatever. He was away, but his pregnant wife, she was gonna give birth like a week from then. She was at that place with her friends or whatever, and they all got killed. I didn't know about the Folgers woman.
The Folgers girl.
I was like, damn, that
is that
sucks.
real? Yeah.
Like the Folgers girl like got killed.
So his wife actually died then.
Yeah, she got killed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they killed
I wonder why he went after him, like him and his family.
I mean, according to Kai, and that was an interesting twist because I'm not really sure if this is true or not, but according to Kai's story time, he basically says that he was trying to start a race war. He was trying to create like this whole accusation and say like it was all these black people who were going after these white rich families, and so he wanted to create some disrupt in order to, I guess, set things backwards because he's like a neo-Nazi. He was like a fucking neo-Nazi.
He was, right, Manson?
Yeah. So he was like, let's go after these rich white people as sacrifice to
show like
continue on this whole like exactly, look what's happening, because I don't think that they were able to pin him until like a little bit later to be like he was connected to those murders,
which is exactly what happens in the episode when Chaz Bono
exactly, it's kind of like the same continuous thing. So I didn't know what he said exactly, but he zooms out of the story time and he's like, we're gonna have a night of 1,000 Taints? Taints.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why they go to the abortion clinic.
Oh, because I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
So then they break into the abortion clinic.
Yeah.
And Chaz, I don't remember, it was Greg. What was his name?
This is why I hate like checking my Twitter, because like I feel like the minute I like open it, I'm like, oh god, I saw one tweet last night and it was like, Chaz, we love you. I'm like, oh god, something's gonna happen.
I mean, I feel like he wasn't gonna last,
but still, like obviously, like, you know. So when he went in, I was like, oh okay, I guess something's gonna happen here. Like,
so he breaks in, they lock the door behind him, and then they like put on their clown costumes, and then he's in the middle of the clinic, and Kai comes in with a costume on too, and they're all kind of circling him, and he's like, what's going on? What do they call him? Divine leader. Yeah. Like, divine leader, what did I do to deserve this? And he's like, this is not your goal. And essentially he's like, I'm gonna have to kill you, like, sacrifice you for like the best thing ever.
He's like, I already done like chopped off my hand.
Like what and more he did. Do you want me to do?
Freaking cut off his arm.
Yeah.
For you.
He's like, dude, okay, fine. He's like, I wanted like a future with you. He's like, yeah, but you're not gonna be part of this. Yeah. Sorry, bro. And he just like stabs him to death. He's just like, he's like, done. And he's like, no. It was so extra. And then it cuts to the next morning, and like some woman just like shows up. The nurse rolls up, and then she sees like blood, and then she sees him posted on the door, and it said like end the killings or something like that, in blood. And Bev is reporting. Mm-hmm. She looks like someone like punched her in the face.
Yeah, her hair was like all over. Like her hair did not look good. She looked like she hadn't slept in days.
Yeah, poor girl.
I wonder what they're gonna do with. I'm really, really like intrigued by like her character and like how they're gonna like spin it around. Are they gonna spin it around? Is she just gonna die? Like she's gonna have to come through at the end.
We'll talk about it at the end of the episode during our recap.
But like seeing her in front of the camera, I was like, oh my god, she's like a zombie.
Right.
Like she's not even there. And he even called out. He's like, wake the F up. Like, what are you doing? He's like, you're on camera.
Yeah.
He's like, we need you to be like angry.
Yeah. He like pushes her. He's like, girl, what the hell's wrong with you? I can't get my message across if you're like sleeping, basically.
Yeah. So he basically frames it as if like he was one of his like followers was murdered.
Yeah. So but when you really listen to what he's saying, he doesn't make any sense, because he says he's like someone who's pro-life killed my person to show that abortions are right or wrong. Because like if you're pro-life, then you don't want to have an abortion.
Yeah.
But he's like, all these pro-lifers came after my man. But it doesn't make any sense, because pro-lifers are not pro-abortion people.
Yeah, or like the opposites came after him then, maybe.
But that's what I mean. Like when you read,
he said it wrong.
Yeah, but like because he's so turned up, he's
maybe they're doing that on purpose.
That's what I mean.
Like they're writing it like that.
They're writing it specifically like he's saying something, but at the same time,
he has no idea what he's saying.
He's no idea what he's saying, but he's still confusing people. Yeah. So if you weren't paying attention to those little tiny details, you wouldn't be like, oh, wait a minute, why is he mad that someone else killed his person and said that it's still the people who are against abortions? Yeah. Like I don't it didn't make any sense to me.
That's so true.
So it's very interesting, and maybe I missed it, or maybe I'm right, but like it just goes to show that there's like this very interesting like way that they spin the story. Yeah. And then it cuts to Winter talking to Bev at the cafe. How does this girl still have a job at the butchery? I don't understand. Like, just get fired. So she's like, here's some chamomile for you to like calm the fuck down. Because she got like berated by Kai at the end after the whole situation, and she's like dying. Like Bev is not having a good time right now. She's not having a good time. So Winter says, "I'm really, really sorry." She's like sorry about like putting you in the hole and shit, because as you remember, like last couple episodes, she's the one that like told Kai that it was him. And so then Winter offers Bev like a way out, so she gets her a ticket.
What did you think about this scene?
I thought it was interesting, and I thought that it was tough, because I feel like I really felt for Winter.
Yeah, for both of them too. I felt like, so basically what happens is Winter comes to her and she's like, get out. Like to Bev, she's like, here's a ticket, I got you a ticket to Montana, go, like just run away, girl, like save yourself. And Bev's like, no, you're testing me, like this is not real. You want me to see if I'm gonna like run or not? She goes, I swear it's not a test, like just dip. And she's like, no, she's like, go tell like the divine leader that like I'm gonna be like faithful to him, and like I'm never gonna leave. Right. So she passes up the opportunity. Right. And in that moment, I honestly didn't know what to think. I was like, I don't know if Winter's like playing her or like, but how sad is that? Yeah. Like how sad is that both of them are like one's reaching out, one's like pulling back. Like it's just such a messed up situation.
It is it was a great moment.
And whether you're Bev or whether you're Winter, like you don't even know what to believe though. Yeah. Like if I was her, I don't know if I would believe her either.
Yeah, 100%.
She's like, I don't want to go back to that hole that he locked me in. Like,
and already Winter's like betrayed her kind of.
Yeah, so, she has. So like she's not the best. Like
she's not the best person to be giving her like a ticket to go run away.
I guess that was her way of being like, I'm sorry, like I lied to, like I set you up.
But now it's like too late.
It's too late.
She like feminism cut down. It's like no more feminism. We are not sisters no more.
I think it shows too, like even when you're on the same side, kind of, there's so many blurred lines. Totally. And there's always like a stipulation. Her stipulation is that Kai is her brother, you know, and like how is Bev ever going to be like, okay, but you're going to betray your brother? Yeah, exactly.
Like, are you serious?
And she hasn't. Yeah. Like she's been faithful to him the whole season. Right. If Winter was coming through for everyone else, they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, trust her. Yeah. But she hasn't. Yeah, so it's like, girl, no.
She's like, I'm good. So then it cuts to Ali at Kai's place, and Kai is once again, he's glitching the F out. He's like hunting for all these things. He doesn't even know where.
Why did they say he's like on medication? Like, why is he taking medication?
I don't know.
She's like, his pills are like messing him up or something. I was like, I wonder why he's taking meds.
I guess he's taking like, I don't know, antipsychotic meds or something like that. Maybe he was on like Ritalin or something. Maybe. I would be like, he has ADD if that was the case. So anyway, he's glitching out. You can tell that like he's starting to unravel quite a bit, and he sees like a projection in his parents' room where his brother's body's in there as well. Yeah. and he sees Charles Manson's. Well, no, first he talks to his dead brother.
Yeah.
And his brother's like, oh, I wish, like, you know, like, what can I do to help you? And Kai's like, you know what, I shouldn't have killed you, my bad.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Charles Manson, like, kind of like,
and Evan Peters is playing everyone at this point. Evan Peters is playing all the cult leaders. He's playing Manson too,
right. And he's basically trying to like talk him into like a frenzy of like schizophrenia and like paranoia, and he's basically like, someone's coming for you, there was a mole in the situation, that's what happened to me, that's how they like got me with this whole Polanski murder situation. Someone is coming for you, there's a mole in your thing, you need to find the mole. So of course, lo and behold, Allie like knocks on the door, and she gives him something. She's like, yo, I found this.
I look to JLAG, I'm like, wait, that's my Fitbit charger. Like, that's like the Fitbit like memory thing. And we both start laughing.
And I was laughing, but I didn't even think about it, because I was like, I don't know what a Fitbit looks like.
Are they just using it as a prop, or like, is it gonna come back later to be like, this is the Fitbit like battery?
Right.
Like,
and it totally fucking does.
Yeah.
So she gives him the battery, and so he starts to glitch out, because he's like, that is like, he's the
like,
bug.
Oh my god, the chip.
Like, the bug is here. And so he goes downstairs, and BB comes out of nowhere, and she like slaps the fuck out of him. She was like, you fucking idiot, what did you do? And this is when we realized that BB had like a full out like plan, and he done fucked all of it.
And he says, he's like, he's like, somewhere along the way, he's like, I didn't want to do what you wanted me to do. He's
like, you gave me a purpose, but I didn't want to drown in like feminine rage. Like, fuck that shit. I wanted to like have my own plan. He's like, women should be serving me. And so she slaps him again. She's like, you're such a turd. And she like kicks him to the floor. And then she was like, before I kill you, I just want you to know. And then pop.
Somebody pops her from the back.
Allie kills BB. And then it cuts to like Kai on the floor. And then it also cuts to Charles Manson version of Kai on the couch, and he's like she's
about Allie.
About Allie. And he's like, ooh, who's that? She's definitely not the mole. So already you can see in his consciousness that like it's solidified.
Crossed her out. Like, she's awesome.
She's safe. She's good to go
in his mind.
Because she like comes down. She's like, who the fuck was that person? He's like, that was my anger management person. She's
also,
like,
there's something to say about, you know, last episode he pegged Allie's character as like the mother of his Messiah baby. So I feel like already from that second, she's protected no matter what. You know?
It's true. There's no reason for I mean, she's coming out from left field too, though. You know what I mean? We have to remember, like, he was torturing her from the beginning, and then it turned into a situation where now they're on the same side. So it's even with all this stuff, but she's using every single block of foundation to create this like trust between the two of them. So she's doing a really good job, clearly. She like fucking kills a stranger just so she can like be
it's too bad she didn't hear like the whole BB story.
I know. Seriously,
the BB origin story. She didn't get to hear it.
She was in the mental institute at that point. And so then it cuts to Winter shaving Kai's head and shaving his face.
Scenes, like the shaving scenes,
and
so personal.
And they're personal, and they're very, very.
I love Billy Lord and Evan Peters together on screen. Like not even in like a romantic way. I feel like on
as
screen,
brother and sister,
just like brother and sister. I feel like they're really like good together. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it was just like the whole theme of this season. I just feel like together they're like, they really like make each other like shine as actors. I feel like
I agree.
Really, really good together.
Totally. So in this very intimate moment, she's shaving his face, and she was like, you know what? In all honesty, like, I love you. I've been like your follower from the get-go. You're all I have. But like, who are you right now? Like, the person that I'm seeing whenever I see you is like just terrifying, and like I can't be with somebody. I can't be with you. I can't
follow you. Like, you're just crazy.
Yeah, she's like, I need to leave. She's like, I feel like I need to go away, because if I don't go away now, I'm just gonna always remember you as this like monster of a person, and I don't want that to happen because I love you so much. It was a very, very touching moment.
What did you think about it? Did you believe her? Did you believe him?
I totally believed her. I feel like she was so honest with him. She was like, listen, I trust you, and I think this is what we've been wanting from Winter this whole season.
And so she was basically asking him to leave. Yeah. Right?
And then it kind of turned.
Did you believe that he was believing it?
No. I feel like he always has the upper hand. He's always like paranoid. So, and especially since like the last scene with when he crossed Ali off the list, he's gonna obviously go to the next person. He's gonna like go to the next one. So I think it was like very like obvious at that moment, but it still sucked seeing it happen, because then he was like, oh, you're so like you can totally leave, and she's like, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. And then he's like, I think you can go to Montana.
He's like, already got you a ticket to Montana.
And I got you a ticket.
And as soon as he said that, she was like, no. She was like, fuck. And then like the guys came in and like took her. And then it cuts to
like I guess everybody's in a circle and she's on the floor, and she's like, please don't do this. Like, dude, what are you doing? And now it's his delusion has turned from Charles Manson into like a crazy neo-Nazi version of himself. So
with, like, he has like a shaved head now. Like, everything,
yeah. So it's very like dark, and he like now this guy is like turning up. He's like, kill her.
But he wasn't seeing these things before.
No,
right?
He's losing his mind.
He is losing his mind. Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think there is something to do with the fact that like maybe Ali's like giving him something. Maybe she's giving him what she was taking, because she was going crazy too.
Yeah, true.
You know, so there's definitely a connection there. So he's glitching out, and he's seeing this like neo-Nazi version saying like, you need to get rid of this, like kill her or whatever. And all the while Winter's basically saying like, we need to, like, you have to stop doing this. I'm so sorry, it's not me, I don't know what you're talking about, I'll do pinky power with you. So she does pinky power, like she's like, I will not lie. And then he was like, what is this? And sure enough,
she's like, that's my Fitbit charger.
I literally died. I was like, NB, you were right, like from the get-go. Like, it wasn't just a prop, it was literally, she's like,
it's for my Fitbit.
Yeah. And
he's honestly, like, no.
And honestly, like it's a from beginning to end, like the way Billie Lourd like delivers her lines are so fucking amazing. Like, even in the most emotional moments, she's like deadpan, like, dude, that's a fucking Fitbit charger, bro. What's wrong with you? She's like, I don't know what you're glitching out about right now.
She needs to be in every single season.
I love her.
Like, I love her.
I love her so much.
Yeah, she's awesome. Great actress.
Yeah. So then she turns around and she was like, no, it's that bitch, Ali. She's like, who found this? Who found this thing? She's like, she's doing it to like get revenge on me, obviously, for like fucking her wife. And Ali's like, no, I found this, and I found a cell phone, and it's all because of you and the ice cream truck. And so then that's the situation.
You're like remixing yourself.
Yeah, and then Kai has to choke her to death.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
It was such a brutal, sad moment.
I didn't think he was gonna do it. I really didn't think he would.
Like, you thought he was gonna let go at some moment.
For sure.
He fucking kills Winter. R.I.P. Winter. And then it cuts to.
I wish they explained why her name was Winter.
I don't know.
Did they explain it?
I don't know. Is there a reason why you need
I just feel like there's so many little things that are like
little
symbolic,
snippets.
And like I just feel like I thought maybe in the beginning her name would mean like it would connect to something else later on, but like it really didn't.
Did you see like, okay. Did you see her dying by the end of the season, or did you see her?
No, and I want to talk about that at the end.
Okay. And so we're kind of at the end now, because
so he kills her.
He kills her, and he's crying, and he's like really upset. And then it cuts to Speedwagon running to his car.
Yes.
And he's like freaking out, and he's wired. He's fully wired, and he like pulls out the wire and he smashes it.
So it wasn't even Ali then.
It wasn't even Ali. It was nobody. Well, it was him.
Yeah.
And he like smashes it, and he like freaks out, and then Ali gets in the car, and she's like, hey bro.
It had to have been one of the guys, you know, like the girls we already know, like they're already like planning against him, but like it had to be one of his soldiers who like comes through.
I mean, on top of that, I didn't even think that there was a situation to begin with, because he was just glitching out for no reason. I was like, where are you finding these connections?
But I think like if you go back and you really watch, he makes a couple of like weird facial like expressions, that guy.
Oh, Speedwagon.
Yeah, like now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like he made some like weird looks like in the last like 2 episodes where I was like
but what kind of shit were they trying to get on him that like I don't understand.
Maybe that he's admitting to a murder,
right?
Like he wants to kill someone,
right?
He, you know,
right. So I mean, now like Speedwagon's in a situation.
Yeah. So obviously like Speedwagon and like Ali are gonna like try to work together.
Or is she gonna bring him back and like kill him Did you see her face at the end of the episode?
Maybe.
She was like, hey, buddy. And
no,
like,
I feel like she's gonna use him.
I don't know. I feel like she's gonna sacrifice him to be like
another sacrifice though. Like I feel like she already did that with Winter.
I don't know. I feel like this is like she's like ruthless now. She doesn't give a shit. Or the biggest twist of this whole situation is she becomes an actual cult leader. Yeah. Like a legit.
Which is okay. Honestly, I don't care. It's just like, what's her cult? It's not gonna be the same cult.
Yeah, and it won't be a feminist cult either. Yeah. Because she like missed BB.
But she didn't know. That's what I'm saying. She didn't know about BB's like story. She doesn't know who BB is.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I feel like she's like so ruthless. She doesn't give a shit about anybody. Yeah. She's like, I don't care. I don't care.
But she's not caring because she's trying to impress him right now.
Right.
She was trying to prove a point to him.
Right.
Maybe that's why. I don't know. The whole thing is, okay, now that's like the episode's done. The whole thing with me was like, I was like, who's gonna get their revenge on Kai? Is it gonna be Bev? Is it gonna be Ali? Is it gonna be Winter? Right. And I think for the longest time, like I wanted it to be Winter because like they're siblings, like it makes the most sense. It's the most like tragic. But then now like now she's gone, so like there's still Bev and Ali. I don't know who deserves to get the one up on him.
I don't think that I ever thought that Winter deserved any revenge from him, just because I feel like if she had moments and she never did it. Totally.
She just never did it. She's been failing the last like how many episodes? But like in the beginning, I was like, I want to see her character go up against him.
Right.
That never happened.
Right. She tried and then
so
she
I
was
guess
like,
now it makes the most sense. Like obviously like her character like was supposed to die.
Right.
But like I don't know.
It sucks. So let's get into our favorite part of the episode.
Yes. Recap roundups. Best moment. My best moment was the Manson throwback. As gruesome as it was. I love my American history. So I just feel like just the flashbacks and like the way they put it, they cut it together and like how the actresses were like in it. I really liked it.
Yeah, that was a really cool moment to see for sure. The best moment was that last scene with Winter, the pinky power that she had with him, because I thought that it was really, really emotional. It really, really sucked to see her go. And like it was really interesting to see all these people's faces, even to see Kai like glitch the F out and like he started to go crazy and stuff. So it was a really, really intense moment. And I think the actor, I think he did a really good job, like really showing a lot of remorse for killing his own sister.
Yeah,
like,
he's been really amazing intense. Like all season.
Yeah, for sure.
WTF moment. My WTF moment was Kai killing Winter. Because I really didn't think he was. I thought he was gonna just because of what happened with like Ali and Ivy. Ali was able to kill like the person that she loved the most, and I'm like, I bet you he's not gonna be able to kill the person that he loves the most.
Right.
And that's why I didn't think he would kill her, and then he did. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, now what?
So that's a really interesting way to look at it, because like now if you really look at it, it's almost like they're on a level playing field.
That's what I mean. That's why I was like almost expecting him to not do it.
Right.
And that's the biggest difference, is like, that she was able to do it. Like Ali killed her.
Right.
And he can't kill
they both have
that
lost
one person.
Something that's like,
so it's like
massive.
I'm like, now they're both messed up.
No, they're both really fucked up. They're both in this like situation that's like pretty really, that's interesting. My WTF moment was BB getting shot, because I just didn't.
Yeah, it did come out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere, but at the same time, I didn't think that Kai was gonna die the way that she was gonna kill him, because it happened so quickly. But at the same time, I was like, damn, she's dead now. It's like, that sucks. She's just gonna be like thrown into that room with dead people, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks. I feel like she had a really cool turnaround. She was like, you're the idiot that like I was supposed to do this for, because we were trying to wonder like where her character was going, why she was.
And in a way, you're right. Like when she did talk to the girls, she was talking to everyone but Ali.
Yeah.
And like nothing really happened from that whole situation.
LVP.
My LVP was Beverly. Okay. Because she just looks like a complete mess. She needs to like gather herself together, comb her hair. And I think she's my LVP, but I'm really like waiting for her to become my MVP.
Okay.
I feel like she's gonna come through.
You think she's gonna come through?
So. I think she has to. Okay. Otherwise, her character was like so useless.
So next extra.
It's just like she should have been dead like from time. Yeah,
it's true. There's a reason why she's still alive.
There has to be. Yeah, exactly. Especially if like Winter's dead and she's still alive, there has to be something there.
Right. My LVP was Winter, unfortunately. I know that she was the one that died, but I think that she didn't do enough in enough time. She did try to get away, but she just couldn't. So it's almost like too little, too late.
Yeah.
Girl, sorry about it. You didn't do enough. LVP of the episode for sure.
She is.
MVP.
My MVP was BB.
BB.
Just because I felt like what I had predicted from the start. She's not on his side. She's like playing him. She's set up this sort of like mind game in him, and she's whatever. And so she kind of played him.
Right.
It didn't really work out for her in the end, but yeah, she was my MVP this episode.
My MVP is Allie. And I know she's an obvious choice at this point in time, but like I'm really rooting, and like she can very quickly become an LVP. That's
the thing too, right? Like I feel like with both her and Bev, like they're both playing on the line of like, are they gonna turn, like, are they gonna do good, or are they gonna just like turn the complete opposite and like sketch the F out? Like Bev is already sketching the F out, but like with Allie, you don't know what line she's on. Like I don't know where she's gonna go next week.
It's true.
You know, like in the car, you're thinking she's like gonna kill this guy, and I'm thinking that she's gonna use him for her plan.
Right.
So even you and me are not even agreeing on what she's gonna do next, right?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
She's playing a really messed up like character.
I'm really,
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm really worried to see what's gonna happen next. But this episode, I think she killed it for sure.
Yeah,
she killed it. Literally killed.
She killed people. The best line. My best line was, I think, that moment when Winter looks at Allie and she's like, "I know what you're doing. You're trying to play him." And I think it's so. It was such a moment where, like, as a sister, she's like, I thought I knew how to play him too. Like, he was my brother. I did try to play him. It didn't work out. Look where I am now.
Right.
Don't do this. Like, it was her like booking Allie and being like, girl, I got you. I know you, but you're still not gonna win. And it scared me too, because I was like, damn, like she's right.
She could be right.
She could be right.
She could be right.
She could be right.
It's different. I feel like it's different because she was.
But like, if his own sister couldn't do it, like, oh my god, who can do it then? You know?
Allie.
Yeah.
With a bob.
Allie for prez.
My favorite line was a super like long line, but it was BB saying, "We are sitting on the biggest bomb the universe has ever seen, female rage. The patriarchy has damned it out for millennia, and Donald J. Trump is the first to hammer away at that dam. With every tweet, with every eye roll, with every pussy grab, he slowly is releasing the fury."
That's awesome.
And it's a fantastic quote. It's a fantastic quote, and it's a fantastic line. It's just very unfortunate that is not the way this all kind of went, unfortunately. You know?
I mean, it can still go that way.
Yeah.
It's like in Allie's hand now, I guess, and like that.
And I think it was a great line just for all of us listeners and viewers to hear, to see this person who
I think this whole season has been that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
true.
That whole team of writers or whoever it is actually like spearheading it, like talking to all of us and being like, this is our life right now.
This is how we feel.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that, you know, even in that particular scene, BB says like, Donald Trump is my favorite president. Of all the presidents, he's my favorite because he's the only one who's done so many fucking dumbass things. And that's like her positive spin on it, is like he's done all these dumbass things that now women are angry, and they're gonna keep getting angry.
I was listening to this this news piece like this week, and they were talking about how Donald Trump has appointed like all these people, his son-in-law, to like the highest point of like position, and it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And they were saying how whether you're Republican or whether you're Democrat, he goes, this has been happening from the beginning of time in our system.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't understand. Like, people have been doing this bullshit for years, but now that he's in it, he's exposing it because he's making such stupid such obvious mistakes.
Yeah.
Now you guys are all seeing
what all these politicians have been doing.
How faulted our system has been.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, it's an amazing thing to say though. Like, now you guys are all seeing what the system is truly
because
what it is.
Because he wasn't a true politician, having someone who's not in there like bumbling around like a fucking idiot.
He's like just exposing it because he doesn't know what else. Like, he's just an idiot.
He's not doing it.
And so in a way, it's just exposing all the truth of
flaws.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's a really cool way to look at it.
I was like, wow.
For sure.
It's so true.
Honestly, at this point in time, guys, and I guess this episode's going to be like the political episode of the week for us, recap rewind, but I think it's just like, you know, talking about the fact that, you know, we're coming to the 1 year anniversary. At the end of the day, we all gotta stay woke, y'all, And at the same time, like, it is all about positive spin, finding something that is like good in this whole situation. I feel like we've all come together and we're all talking about it, and I think that's the most important thing. We've all been the most political we've ever been in our entire fucking lives, and it's amazing to see like even these younger generations coming through and being like, we want our voices out there, we want to be heard, and we want to make a change. So that's the episode, guys. If you guys liked it, tweet us at recap_rewind. Join the conversation
and like us on YouTube, like us on iTunes.
Subscribe.
We need some like love on iTunes.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you guys like listening to us,
send out a
then
review
let us
and
know.
be like
and AHS is ending next week, but we're still going on with Riverdale. And if you guys want us to do another show, let us know, tweet us, and let us know like what other show we should be talking about.
I'm down for that for sure.
Cool.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.